Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. If you're listening for the first time, my name is Wayne. I cover some of the legends and the lore. Cameron, he handles our headlines, kind of the news, kind of the stuff that you need to know about Florida Man.
Yeah.
Joshua, he brings in the funny, the stories, the laughs, all the situations you want to hear about. And let me tell you, it's a vibe.
It is a vibe, a good vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm having this debate with my girlfriend. And
Sure.
I'm hoping you guys will just take my side blindly.
100%.
Oh, you're going to bring us into your love life.
Yeah.
I agree with Josh.
I've been waiting, honestly.
She said you're getting older, which that's
Right.
everybody. So,
We all are.
you should be taking a multivitamin.
Right.
Okay.
My argument is, why would I take the vitamin when I can eat the food?
Okay. So you're saying the amount of potassium you would get in a multivitamin
Bingo.
is equal to the amount of potassium you already eat in bananas?
No, but I would. Like, let's say it's worth 15 bananas.
Okay.
All right, so I get 15 banana milkshake that day.
Okay.
So instead of taking a small pill, you're willing to eat 15 bananas.
One of the
To make up
earthly
for it.
pleasures.
A banana is a good.
Thank you.
That's a good treat.
And I go end to end.
That's funny
tip
because
to tip.
Josh does say when he's going tip to tip on a banana, a banana is one of the world's earthly pleasures.
It is. So,
That's true.
and all those other vitamins, I don't know, like zinc, I'll just take a bar of zinc and I'll eat it.
What would you?
Yep.
If you lick some zinc in the morning
Is that how it
when you
works?
wake up,
yeah.
you start your day right. You don't need coffee anymore.
Lick
That's
a
what I'm
zinc.
saying.
Lick a zinc bar.
Like a zinc
Look
bar.
at zinc.
Well,
Tastes like a penny.
I think that's like no, it's a dime. I think dimes have
Is
zinc
it?
on them.
Yeah, I just laid all currency out and just
Just lick them.
That explains why I've been zinc deficient. I've been licking pennies.
dummy.
It was
So
the wrong
dumb.
coin
So dumb.
this whole time. I bet I would
He's
have
turning
known.
green.
I would have known if it was in a headline.
Oh,
That's true.
I can probably put one in there for you.
Could you do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, headlines.
Headlines.
All right, so let's start off with an animal one.
Yes.
Who?
Animal.
Okay.
Did I say anima?
You didn't say anything.
Animal.
Okay.
So we have a Florida man who is accused of stealing horses and trying to ride them home.
Okay.
Plural?
Plural horses.
Multiple horses.
Okay, at once.
Is he riding cowboy or cowgirl? It makes a big difference.
I think
Spread
he's
eagle.
switching back because he's kind of jumping from horse to horse.
I thought spread eagle because you can steal as many horses as you can spread them.
Right.
As far as you can split.
So like 3 horses maybe?
Maybe.
You can split 3 horses?
How big's your- how big's your
You got some
split?
flexibility.
Only 2. I was max 2.
Right.
A girthy horse.
Yeah.
All right, so this Florida man, he wasn't okay with the fact that horses were in captivity,
Right.
I guess.
Amen. We've said it. We've preached it.
Oh, yeah.
So he went to this horse ranch and started opening all the gates for all the caged horses.
Let 'em loose.
Specifically, just started letting them run away.
Yeah.
And then,
Did they?
the ranch owner saw this happen. He saw this guy driving in his truck kind of away from him. But then at one point, the guy was also riding one of the horses
Cool.
and said that he was going to take
I thought
it
he
home.
was against that.
I don't. That's the thing is like it makes zero sense.
Freaking hypocrite.
But
Bingo.
here's what's interesting. Okay, some of these horses are valued at $80,000 a piece.
Cadillac horses.
Yep.
So I could see another reason for him to steal them.
Gold hooves.
So you're riding away on this horse that you're going to sell for $100K.
Right.
And then he gets caught and he goes, I'm just an animal activist trying to set him
Exactly.
free.
just trying
They're
to set 'em
probably in
free.
medieval times, like doing the show, because those horses are supposedly like
I miss
well
medieval
trained.
times.
Do you?
Not the real ones. I'm saying the dinner
the
show.
actual dinner.
Remember the dinner show?
In Orlando,
Oh, I
Florida.
thought you meant
Orlando?
old days.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Oh, you mean old days? I meant the dinner show.
That's better.
So, anyways, he was booked on burglary, grand theft auto, and grand theft horse charges.
Whoa.
Okay,
Grand Theft
stop
Horse?
right there.
I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Would you play that game?
Just grand theft. Yes, I would play that. That's basically Red Dead Redemption.
Oh,
Grand Theft
wow.
Have you
Horse.
guys tried the new Grand Theft Horse?
Yeah.
Really good.
I would love to
yeah,
try it.
Yeah.
So our next headline, we have a Florida man. His name is Nick. Okay, his first name is Nick.
Okay, that's a common name.
His
Why would you
last
giggle?
name is, I promise you, this is how it's spelled: diabetes.
No,
I promise you.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I read it. Debetes.
Diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes. 18 years old. So he was
Poor guy.
Oh,
he was seen
love sugar.
right. He does really love sugar. He was seen driving his Hyundai Elantra at an extremely high rate of speed, is what the cops said.
Okay.
So they pull behind him, try to pull him over. He doesn't pull over. He just
Can't.
keeps going.
Yeah.
He never stops until he
I
gets
need insulin.
to right. I need insulin. So he never stops until he pulls up to a trailer park and parks the car. Cops are right there behind him, immediately put him in handcuffs.
Hey,
and they're
what's
like,
going on?
why are you running from the cops? I mean, what's going on? He's like, oh, well, my mom needed me to get home. My mom needed me.
Mom is universal power, right?
Right. So that
I
was
think
his
so.
first excuse.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to give him some credit because you got to listen to your mama.
Yeah,
You gotta
listen to
listen to your
mama.
mama.
Yeah.
And so that was his first excuse. His second one was he said he was going so fast that if he had tried to stop, he
Okay.
would have crashed.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Cars.
So he's trying to get
Did
home.
he pull into his trailer park at 100 miles an hour?
I don't know.
The only thing that
I don't
can
know what
stop
stopped him.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's going through like miles of this highway, and I don't know if he's going through traffic lights. It doesn't get that
The
specific.
cops
but
believe that. They're like, "Oh, you were clocked in."
yeah, you were going so fast that
Once you get to 100,
brakes
you
don't
can't
work
stop.
anymore.
Yeah.
There are
Right.
people that are driving today that have been driving for probably 6-7 years
Because they can't
they
stop.
crossed that hundo mark and you can't stop.
and you can't stop.
Yeah,
They
it's like
missed their
speed.
They missed their
Your
families.
car will blow up or you'll crash.
Lost their jobs.
Worst excuse ever.
What
I
did-
mean,
I
honestly.
assume this kid was 18
yeah,
with both excuses.
pretty
and you
close.
couldn't,
But he was
like-
worried about his mom, and he was worried about driving, too fast. So.
and you couldn't
crash,
embellish a little bit about the mom. Like, I mean, you could say my mom has an emergency, my mom has whatever. Like,
right.
my mom needed me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And my gas pedal got stuck down.
Right.
From my foot.
Yeah. I got a fat feet.
All right, so the next one is one of Josh's favorite stories. We have a Florida man
Give it to
accused
me.
of throwing pancake batter
At his
at a
girlfriend.
woman.
Okay.
It doesn't
wow.
say that they were linked exactly. So this guy, Dwayne, walked out onto a porch. He saw this woman making pancakes for dinner.
Oh.
I don't know.
He's
Usually
against
when I
breakfast
make
for dinner.
pancakes, or I've seen somebody make
Yep.
pancakes, I've never seen it happen on a porch.
Yeah. No.
Specifically.
Oh,
Unless
you
you're-
don't. You
unless you're
don't.
camping.
Oh, you're
Right.
not upper middle class then.
But you're not camping in a house on a porch. So
No, the
That's
upper
true.
middle class do it. They make
Oh,
their
true.
pancakes outside.
yeah, that's an
the
outdoor food.
Cabana.
Yeah.
Right. It's a picnic food.
Under the what's it called? Pergola?
Yeah. So anyways, Zimmerman goes up. I'm not
Uh-oh.
sure what he's different Zimmerman.
Oh,
I'm not
what?
sure what he's
What
upset
Zimmerman were you talking about?
Dwayne. So anyways, I'm not sure what he's upset about, but he starts insulting this woman. He threw a cooking pan. Then he grabbed the bowl of pancake batter.
Yep.
Tossed it at tossed is kind of a light word. Hurled it at this
Whoa.
woman. Didn't hit her. Okay. I feel like it hardly ever does. in
It
these
rarely
stories.
does.
But it was thrown, with enough force that it broke. When deputies got on scene, they found the woman with pancake batter in her hair and on her clothes. It was on the porch.
That's
it
a
was
jail sentence.
It was
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. Yeah. He was arrested for felony battery. And
Felony batter.
Taking,
Oh my gosh. Good
Oh,
one.
battery.
Those are pancakes.
Wow, we're a little slow.
that's
Thanks.
pretty good. All right. Next one.
That is
All
one of
right.
my favorites though. I love
Yeah.
a food fight.
You do love a food
I
fight.
do love a food fight.
Yeah. So, okay. Have you
I
guys
love that
seen
he
this
giggles
whole...
before each headline.
I hate talking about these kind, but it's hilarious. Do you know the video that's going around and like this whole meme with the twisted tea cans?
Oh
I think so, yeah.
So twisted tea is some kind of drink.
Yeah,
this guy.
I assume it's like a hard, alcoholic
Right.
tea. That's what it sounds like from the name. I've never had it, but anyways, there's this video of this guy just absolutely destroying this other person in a gas station with a twisted tea can. Like he
bonks him with it.
bonks him in the face with it.
Is it in a
Pretty
bag?
hard.
Is it in a bag?
No,
No, he just bonks
like
him.
in his hand. So it's like this thing that's kind of going around as like this weird meme
bonk
online.
people with twisted
Right.
tea.
Well, anyways, we have this Florida man who was armed with a twisted T
crap.
and a metal pipe that went and threatened his former employer.
Oh my god!
Now, what's interesting is when cops were called, they pulled up and this guy was, yelling at his what they found out was his former boss.
Oh, okay.
And he had this twisted tea can in his right hand and kind of was holding it behind his back. And this is what the article says.
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
His last name was Gillis, but Gillis was holding a twisted tea can in his right hand, which is considered a deadly weapon on the streets. Okay?
What?
He kept
What
it.
the
He
crap?
kept
On
his
the
left
streets?
hand behind his back as he walked towards the victim. I don't know what that means.
On the streets.
If you're in your home, it's not a deadly weapon, but
Okay.
on the streets,
yeah.
I think that's gang terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I got
on
jumped
the
in.
streets.
Yeah.
If
Shoddy
you're on the
journalism.
streets,
Yeah.
right? If you're on the streets, it's a felony.
Yeah.
If you're in your house, it's a drink.
right.
Okay.
So here's the thing. He also had a metal pipe tucked behind his back
That's
in his
okay.
jeans.
Right.
This is what they're saying. It was 28 inches of solid metal. That's not a pipe.
That's a big rod.
That's a rod of like metal.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't think they were worried about the
rod.
28-inch rod.
No.
They were worried about that twisted T. So if you've seen those, I don't understand it, but don't carry around twisted
Don't.
T.
But here's the thing:
It's a deadly weapon.
if there's a precedent
On the
for
streets.
it,
don't
that
even
means
buy them.
people are using it like as
Right.
weapons. If
Yeah.
it's
They 100% are. Like that's a thing.
It's just a big can of drink.
Yes.
That's it.
You could take like a large can of like
Any drink,
any
right?
drink.
yeah, Lipton.
Lipton. Yeah.
Bonk me with one of those old Sobeys.
Well, I don't know.
in
I don't
glass.
think you hurt anybody with a Lipton. I think
No?
Liptons would like.
I don't know.
They would fold under pressure,
This
I
is
think.
the first time culturally where I'm just like, I don't get it.
No.
Oh, I don't get it either,
Yeah.
but I'm reading it.
I could see those Sobeys with the gecko on them.
Right.
Oh,
You remember how thick the glass
Sobeys?
was?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't break
That's a,
those.
that's a weapon.
Yeah.
if
Those were
anything.
good.
That's why
Yeah.
that's why no one drinks them anymore.
Bingo.
Outlawed.
All right. So our next one. I know I don't like to get into
Here
this
it
either,
goes.
but I'm going to get into some Facebook drama.
Come
oh,
on.
man.
That's how I'm
come
gonna label
on,
this.
What'd your
man.
grandma say this time?
All right.
She's the
So-
only one on there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a St. Pete man bet $100
Okay.
that Trump would win the election.
Okay.
Okay.
Congrats.
Which he did not.
Oh.
And now this other man who he bet
Yep.
is suing him for not paying him.
Okay. Yeah.
How much
Now-
are you suing for?
$102.
I'll get there. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so the bet was for $100. One guy said, "Okay, if Trump wins, I get $100. If Biden wins, he gets $100." Now,
Okay.
this all happened on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay,
So there's proof.
there's proof. So they were doing this over Messenger and like on posts
Which is
and things
legally
like that.
binding.
Right.
Which is the only reason you get on Facebook is to argue political sides and
yeah. And
you
to
know,
make bets.
and to make bets.
Well, that's how you get people on your side. You argue with them.
Right.
exactly in the comment
Exactly.
section on
Yeah.
Facebook. It
Yeah.
works
Under
every
news
time.
stories. Prime
Exactly.
time material.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, when the election happened or when the votes came in, back.
Why'd
in
you put
November,
election in quotes, Cam?
So, anyways, when this happened, the guy said, "Okay, pay up." Trump didn't win.
New
He's
computer,
like,
who
He's
dis?
like,
Yeah.
And then he goes through this. Oh well, the courts have to decide, and this is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
take. So every day for weeks they argue back and forth.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Over this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, eventually the guy just unfriended him. He blocked him on Facebook.
what? That's offensive.
And so he is suing him for the $100,
Yep.
$250 in court costs, and $300 in interest on the unpaid bet.
Come on.
Now, this has been
Loan
sent to us a
shark.
bunch, and it's like it's one of those things where we don't talk politics.
How
and we're
Caucasian
not.
were these
We're
guys?
talking bets and Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that either.
No, I agree though, and this isn't politics, but it's one of those things where people are so passionate one way or the other. Money gets involved, but just the idea that you can't even be friends just to the point you have to block somebody,
Right,
Because
well-
they won't shut up about stuff. It's like ridiculous.
You could take the election out of it, and two people on Facebook make a bet. $100 bet, let's say about the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's insane to think that somebody is taking him to court
I know
for that
and he's
$100.
he's just doing it to be spiteful.
Oh yeah,
that's-
and
and-
probably to make it in the news.
Exactly, and I support that. I'm just saying, like, it's just insane to me that I don't ever notice that, like on Instagram or Twitter. It's like Facebook breeds drama, dude.
Oh, yeah.
like,
That's
it's
true.
so crazy.
They love to argue. So our last one,
Get 'em.
I've never done this, but I'm gonna pull in a story that did not happen in Florida. Florida.
Oh,
is
no.
not actually a Florida man.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about our boy, the Tiger King. We've talked about him a bunch on the show, and
That's
that's
right,
kind of
that's
the only
right.
reason that I'm kind of mentioning him. So Joe Exotic from Tiger King on Netflix. He's in jail because this whole murder for hire for murder
I was wondering
plot
how you're
thing.
going to tiptoe around that.
We did a whole episode about it, so you can go back and listen to it. But anyway, I think it's Tiger Queen, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, so he is in jail. Okay. He was expecting to get pardoned this week. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
well, a bunch
By-
of
by Trump.
Yeah, Trump did a bunch of pardons.
Yeah.
He was and his legal team, him and his legal team were so sure that this was going to happen that he booked a huge limo.
Oh my God.
Like a truck limo that has it looks like it has like a
How
porch.
big is his legal
It has
team?
like a porch on the back of it.
Okay.
They're probably making pancakes back there. But honestly, they had this limo parked in front of the prison all day
Oh my
with signs
gosh.
around it.
Well, you never know what's going to happen, I guess.
You just go to bed and I'm either going in a limo tonight.
Well,
Wow.
suspected
I'm
murderers
just going to
fit the
sleep.
bill as far as people who Trump pardoned.
Oh.
So I get why
Get
he would
him.
suspect that, but everybody should have known he wasn't going anywhere.
Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man, fans on Florida Men on Florida Man.
Come on.
Wow.
There
That's
it
a
is.
mouthful,
Butter.
right?
Jeez.
I love
Hey,
it.
listen, I'm Jason Fields. I'm your community manager. A show like this only exists because the listeners keep coming back and
Come on.
Thank you.
keep listening and sharing with their friends. So we wanted to highlight you, the listener, and kind of, share some of your reviews. And we reached out to you and asked what the show meant to you. So we're going to share a little bit of that tonight. And
We couldn't come up with a shorter name for it though.
I love it. What's the
What is it
acronym?
again?
for
you
that?
got an acronym for that? Something that'll be
Say it
easy?
again. What is it?
Florida Men on Florida Man, fans on Florida Men on Florida Man.
Famafum.
Yeah,
Famafum. There
Yeah.
you go.
Sure.
That
Sure it is.
flows, bro.
Wow.
Right
I
off
feel
your
good
tongue.
about it.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
We should make keychains.
We did ask you guys what the show means to you or what was a favorite memory of the show, and we got some submissions from you guys. So I'm going to read a few of those. You sent them into our email and to all the social platforms.
Nice.
But this first one is from Andrea in Florence, South Carolina. Says, you boys have provided me with entertainment driving to and from work for over 2 years now. I can't get
Wow.
enough. The crazier, the better.
Andrea.
Wow.
God bless you. So sweet, man.
Super sweet.
That's a girl.
I think.
Andrea.
Well, yeah, I just meant
Oh, man, as a just.
yeah, as
sorry.
like a phrase. Sorry about that,
Threw me
Andrea.
off. I was picturing her different.
The next one is from Leanne, right here in Tampa, Florida, right down the road.
Tampa,
Right.
Florida,
Sup, dude?
Pretty new to your show, but when The Office left Netflix, that was not that long ago, right?
Right.
Wow.
Pretty new to your show, but when The Office left Netflix, FMOFM gave my husband and I something to binge. Thank you for joining us for dinner almost every night. Ha ha.
Wow.
So my question is, Wayne, what have you guys been having for dinner?
Leanne has been making spaghetti
And corn dogs.
and
Because those naturally go together.
Yeah. Well, I seen the Instagram post.
No, that's amazing. So
That
wait
is
a minute. The Office leaves Netflix and you binge our show.
Wow.
That's an honor.
They
dude.
basically just said you guys are equivalent to The Office.
you can't
Which that's,
say-
We're
that's
not
big shoes to fill.
worthy. We're not worthy, but my
Easily.
goodness, that's amazing. That's
A
so
couple
sweet.
more here. My wife and this is from Jeremy in Tacoma, Washington.
Nice.
My wife and I started quarantine date nights with your podcast back in June.
What?
Haven't stopped. Every Thursday night is FMOFM night.
So their
Nice.
marriage
They're
is doing
divorced
really
now.
well.
Yeah.
They're doing.
I want to pause right here real quick because one thing I think a lot of people don't know is that Josh is almost a savant when it comes to like
Corn
state
dogs.
facts and things like that.
You gotta
Josh,
be.
give us 3 little known facts about the state of Washington.
Oh, that's easy. They have the spikiest terrain.
Right.
That's true.
That is true.
Tyra Banks' birthplace.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
And they were they were voted most humorous state because They have the highest number of subscriptions of Cracked Magazine.
Come
Barrel
on.
laughs out there.
Come
Yeah.
on.
That's
On the
amazing.
spot, dude.
Oh, I know all those about every state. Louisiana
Go for it.
has a bayou
I love it.
and a women's hospital.
We got a couple more, so start listening way back on your first Disney episode. I drive a lot to work, so it always feels like I got someone to talk to, especially on overnighters. So this pal he's talking to you guys where you're talking to him.
Come on.
You just didn't know it.
Conversational.
Keep up the good work. That's from Ken in Jackson, Mississippi.
Come on,
Nice.
Ken. God bless you, bro.
Miss Amy in Valdosta, Georgia says, my son listened to your podcast for a while before getting me to try it out. I listened to episode 100 and worked my way back.
Oh gosh.
Man, that's a heck of a one to start on.
It
Man,
really
that was
is.
terrifying.
I enjoy seeing how far all. This is kind of a dig, I feel like.
Here we go.
I enjoy seeing
knew it
how
was
far
coming.
you all have come.
No,
Well, yeah.
that's
too.
true.
Us
That's
too.
true. We'll
Yeah.
take that. Yeah.
Listen, guys, we appreciate you guys writing in, and I'm just like you. I work with this show, but I'm a listener of this show, and I know that I look forward to the product they put out every week. If you want to reach out to us and ask questions or add comments or just want to interact with us, you can reach out to us on our social media handles at on Instagram and Twitter at FMOFM Podcast, and on Facebook at Florida Man on Florida Man Podcast. Wayne's going to hit you with this again at the end of the episode, but thanks again for writing in.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
Hey.
So I got a letter.
Okay.
This person said, fellas,
Hey. Did they?
I just moved to the state.
Okay.
I'm really nervous about hurricanes.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
You guys have lived here your whole life.
Right.
Josh, they wrote it to me. Would you quiz the guys on hurricanes?
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I will. Letter
He's
writer.
Such a bully.
Hurricane quiz.
He's such a bully.
Are you
dude.
serious?
Question one.
It's
Such
not
a
even
bully.
hurricane season.
Question
In
one.
the middle of the winter, this guy's doing a hurricane quiz.
It could be about hurricane season.
Okay, question one. Sorry.
Tackling fuel
What?
was the term Bobby Boucher used when he needed to increase his tackling strength in the movie Waterboy. When a hurricane increases in strength, it's usually because it comes across hurricane fuel, a term used by NASA. What are they talking about?
Warm water.
when
Warm
they
water.
use the term? It's multiple choice.
Okay, sorry.
Is warm water one of the choices?
I can't say.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Are they talking about an offshore drilling rig?
Okay.
No.
That could be fuel.
Warm water. A low pressure system,
Right. Oh.
or a flock of gassy geese.
Now he could be trying to trick us. What if B was different, but he put warm water in there just to throw us
What
off?
a punk. He would do that.
Hurricane fuel.
Low pressure system.
NASA.
Isn't that what a hurricane is?
I'm going to go with warm water. B.
Warm water.
I'm sticking to my gut feeling.
I'll stick to it.
Warm water.
Warm water. Okay, everybody gets a point.
Yeah.
Starting strong.
Okay, I thought this was going to be tougher.
Well, Cameron and I took our minors in college was hurricanes.
Right.
Okay.
Hurricanes.
He majored
I
in
thought it
music and minored in hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
Right.
Oh, crap. I didn't know who I was preparing this for.
Right.
Question 2.
Okay.
Gassy geese
Yeah.
may toot, but they don't tweet.
What?
On a Twitter video, this celebrity said, "They say in every life, some rain must fall.
Okay.
Well, I've had some hurricanes descend in my life." Was it
What?
O.J. Simpson, Mario Lopez, Chris Angel, or Al Roker?
I'm going to go with Al Roker. D.
Okay.
What was B? I'll just go with B.
B's Mario Lopez,
Mario
the guy
Lopez.
from Saved by the Bell. You think he
I'm
tweeted
gonna go
that?
with Chris Angel.
Chris Angel.
I'll go with AC Slater.
Okay. That was O.J. Simpson.
Wow.
I think we were all too scared to pick OJ.
Yeah.
Like no one just
Controversial.
Everybody just ignored it.
Question 3.
Okay.
Unlike O.J. Simpson, who served 0 years after being acquitted for a double murder, American-Canadian boxer Reuben Hurricane Carter spent almost 20 years in prison after being wrongfully convicted of a
Okay.
triple murder in 1967.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Who played Hurricane Carter in the 1999 biographical sports drama film The Hurricane? Was it Dennis Leary,
Not familiar.
Orenthal Simpson, Dennis Quaid, Denzel Washington?
Wait, is it Orenthal Simpson? O.J. Simpson? It's his name, Orenthal?
Who played Reuben Hurricane Carter in the movie The Hurricane?
Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
A.
Dennis Leary.
Yes.
Okay.
You think the comedian Dennis Leary played
That's
a
a
boxer
stretch.
in the 90s?
It's Denzel.
Denzel's right.
Oh, what?
Sorry, everybody.
Not familiar.
Yeah,
Jason gets another.
It's a good movie. I haven't seen it, but
I get what's happened to us.
You
It's
hear that.
hurricane facts, but not necessarily the storm. hurricanes.
oh,
Trickery.
question 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. These are lyrics by a very good
Coolio.
hip hop artist and chef named Coolio.
Okay.
Not many things are cooler than counting during the chorus of a song.
Right.
However, the Safer Simpson scale comes close. But what does it do? 1, does it
A.
measure the barometric pressure produced by a hurricane?
Okay.
Does the Safer Simpson measure how much safer a city is rated once O.J. Simpson moves out of it? 3, does the Safer Simpson, is it the hurricane wind scale?
Okay.
Or 4, is it nothing? I made it up just to talk about O.J. Simpson again.
I think it's A. Barometric pressure.
Okay?
I've never heard of it.
The Safer Simpson scale.
I'll go with D.
Or Safer Simpson.
I'm going with D because I'm just going to take a
Nothing.
chance.
I made it up to talk about O.J. Simpson again.
I'm going to go the wind speed.
It is the hurricane wind scale.
What the crap?
Sorry, everybody.
Did you
guys-
get Jason the answers?
Okay, no. Question 5, last question.
Okay.
Thank
This
God.
one's worth 10 points.
Come on.
Do it.
Anybody's game.
OJ, also known as orange juice or citrus sometimes, took a big hit a few years ago.
Yeah.
Citrus greening
Uh-huh.
combined with this hurricane gave Florida its worst citrus harvest in 73 years. Was it Hurricane Irma,
No.
Hurricane Michael,
Possible.
Hurricane Andrew,
Oof. That's a good one.
or the combo of Charlie, Ivan, and Gene?
Oh. That was a strong year for hurricanes.
That was a good year.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with D. I haven't got any right.
Andrew?
I'm gonna go D.
Andrew?
The 4 of them. I mean,
Oh,
the 3
okay.
of them.
The combo.
Charlie, Ivan, Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the combo.
Charlie, Ivan, Gene. Incorrect is Irma.
No way.
That means Jason wins.
Jason.
Oh my
come
gosh.
on.
Hey, look, I feel a little bit bad coming on your show and beating you at trivia.
Yeah, you
Bro.
should feel bad, honestly.
That was gold.
We feel bad every time we do a quiz.
We've
It's not
never-
uplifting at all.
We've never done a planned quiz. If you're listening to our show, listen, we do a quiz every now and then in this section. We've never done one that was planned. Josh always surprises us. It's always a surprise
That's
quiz.
what I do.
Oh my god.
I was so excited about this
I
one.
love it so much.
I love it.
Jackie Cochran was born May 11th, 1906 in Pensacola, Florida.
Oh,
Beautiful.
native born.
Nice.
Native
finally.
born.
Jackie.
Jackie was the youngest of 5 children, and her father, Ira, had a very interesting career that kept them on the move around our state.
Okay.
Okay. Movers.
They were
Right.
movers. It was what was known as a mill master,
Mm-hmm.
or a millwright?
Right. Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
If you
Go
had to
ahead.
guess what a millmaster did, Cameron, what would you?
Oh well, you go to
There he
mills.
goes.
You go around Florida.
Yep.
Check out the mills.
Master of the mills.
See how they're doing.
Right
say,
or wrong?
This is my mill now.
Are you doing okay,
Whoa,
mill
okay.
today?
I'm the master of this mill.
It's not that far off, actually.
Oh, okay. Wow.
The
I told you I knew
the
what it was.
millmaster was someone who went town to town setting up sawmills.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have to tell me, baby.
Yeah, he knows.
This is my mill.
This is my mill right here. Back in this time in our state's history, if you wanted to produce something in bulk, you needed to convert the lumber. And
That's
so you
right.
had to have a sawmill to do it.
Yep.
And so the problem was it was a very unique skill, which meant no one in North Florida knew how to do it except for Jackie's father.
Whoa. He killed the others.
He murdered all the rest of them.
With the sawmill.
Last
Jesus.
saw standing. He did it. So basically, that meant they were always on the move, always having to adjust, which can be difficult for a kid.
Amen.
Never settling in, always having to reestablish yourself. So because of this, and because it was perfectly normal at the time, Jackie Cochran got married at the age of 14.
Wow.
Okay. Was that perfectly normal?
That's a little young.
It's
What
young.
year was this again?
It's young always.
It's young always.
It's
not
young
just then.
always. 1920.
Yeah, that's young.
That was okay.
Still young.
Yeah.
Back then, I think.
Back then, I think it was a little normal.
Well, it was
but,
Oh, they were
Accept-
probably working.
It was accepted, but is it okay?
It's not okay, but it was accepted.
Right, sure.
Great phrase.
Get 'em.
So basically, she just wasn't about that constant travel life.
Okay. She
that
wants
her-
to settle down
She
at
wants
14.
to settle down. She's 14 years old, you know.
That's
I'm
what
ready
she
to
said when somebody
retire.
asked
So
her.
so we're on seeds. So basically, she gets married to this guy, and the marriage lasted about 6 years.
Oh, through
Jackie-
high school. That's good.
All through high school.
She's getting too old.
She's Jackie and her husband had a child who passed away.
Oh no.
And so their marriage never really recovered, and neither did she. And so she felt this great sadness, and she decided that she wanted to start over a brand new life, explore the world, and see
Well,
what's
she's still
out there.
young. So,
Well, that's what I was about to say. Keep in mind, at this point, she's only 19.
right.
Oh, geez.
So she's, lived an entire life almost of emotions. Jackie packs her bags, and she does what a lot of people did back then. They moved to New York City.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I think that was kind of a thing where it's like, if you got like big dreams, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, New York City's where it's at.
Right.
The Big Apple. That's where we're going to go. And so she gets a job as a hairdresser. She's got no rhyme or reason. She just knows she's going to New York. She gets a job as a hairdresser. And because of her magnetic personality and she was a good looking girl.
okay, dude.
Okay, chill.
I'm the history books.
I'm married.
The history books write it as so. She was attractive. And so she ends up working her way into a really prestigious salon at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Oh,
Whoa,
okay.
Okay.
Swanky.
It's this really swanky area, high class New York. And so she's making a name for herself, doing really well. And all the while, unbeknownst to her fancy coworkers, Jackie is sending 90% of her earnings back to Florida to help take care of her mom and dad.
Oh, that's good.
Whoa.
So she's still taking care of her family. Her parents were both sick. And so she was supporting them from New York.
That's the type of daughter everybody dreams of.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Yep.
And so during this time frame, something really amazing happens to Jackie. One day after clocking out of her job at the salon, she runs into a man named Floyd Bostwick Odlum.
Wow.
That's a name.
That's a
That's
name.
a name.
It's a
Bostwick
good name.
Udlum.
Yep.
I'll take that middle name. I love it.
Yeah. So Floyd, as it turns out, at the time, was one of the 10 most wealthiest men in the world.
Wow.
What are the odds?
That's
bumping into
convenient.
him?
Yeah. And so he was the owner of the Atlas Corporation and the CEO of Radio Corporation of America in Hollywood. Basically, they ran radio.
Wow.
So this guy was one of the most wealthiest people on the planet. And so he bumps into her one day. She clocks out of work. And so he's enamored with her. He loves her. She's beautiful. On the spot, they talk for a little bit. Floyd proposes
Oh, no.
marriage
Jeez.
That's how
to-
it was back then, though.
to Jackie.
Right.
And
Move
Jackie
fast.
and Jackie's like, that's what's up. Let's go.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Are you rich?
That's the
Yeah,
common
I'm
answer
rich.
to when somebody asks you to marry, you say, "That's what's up.
That's
Let's
what,
go."
and that, and especially in the 1920s.
Yep.
That was a phrase people used.
Let's
back
take it to
then.
the paint. That's what's up.
That's what's up. Take it to the paint. So, as you can imagine, this really opened up options for Jackie.
Yeah.
She just married one of the wealthiest men on the planet. She goes from sawmill daughter to this guy, top 10.
Wow. She can probably buy a lot of horses.
Yeah, when it comes to money.
Or sawmills.
Well, on their first date, actually, Floyd's kind of in impress mode. You know that show The Bachelor where their dates are always big and like,
Right.
like
Biplane.
unrealistic.
Hot
Right.
air balloon.
Exactly. He takes her on a biplane ride.
Who doesn't want to go
Josh
on
knows.
biplane ride?
On their first date, Floyd takes her to an airstrip because his friend's a pilot.
Yep.
They're flying around. The issue is Jackie could care less about the date. The woman's never been in a plane before.
Okay.
And she, head over heels, falls in love with flying. It awakens something in
What?
her. This woman loves being in the sky. So the entire date, she's ignoring her husband
Yep.
and asking the pilot, like, hey, how
Well,
can
she
I...
barely knows him, so.
Yeah,
This
she
is
just
true.
met him 5 minutes prior.
She's met someone interesting now.
Yeah,
Now she saw a plane and she's like, I'm over this marriage.
Yeah. She's like, how do I fly this thing? How can I go about getting my pilot license? Like, she's really intrigued, is all she can talk about. So her husband, Floyd, is like, hey, remember me? We're dating. We're married now. If you want lessons, I'll pay for it.
Right.
If you want to learn to fly.
Might as well.
So Jackie Cochran learned to fly an airplane in 3 weeks.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that
okay.
the standard time?
No.
I'm gonna feel like you need some more hours to be pretty proficient at that.
Well, that's the thing. She went on to fly solo and received her commercial pilot license that same year, which is also absolutely insane. This lady went from never like being in a plane
Seeing a plane.
to I can fly one professionally in less than a year.
Well, they probably had less buttons back then.
Planes only had
Few
two
less
buttons,
buttons.
up and down.
Yep.
You turn it on, you press the gas, flip the up button,
Exactly.
Get up there.
What's so difficult?
you take
Ready
off.
to go down.
Push
You hit
it
the
down.
down.
Right over the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
Oh, no.
So basically, keep in mind, women didn't have a lot of rights back then. So this was impressive by a lot of standards. Female pilot, she's crushing it in less than a year.
I can't vote, but I can fly a biplane.
She's flying her plane.
Yep.
So Jackie skips the whole commercial pilot route and decides she's a daredevil. She wants to race airplanes.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Why is that even a thing? at this
I
point?
never knew it was a thing.
Wasn't a
until
lot to do back then, dude.
I guess
just
not.
racing
Race
airplanes.
everything.
I feel like planes hadn't been around long enough to decide
Race
to
them.
race them.
That was a bad idea, I think, but they were like, this is still kind of cool.
Once
Yeah.
two planes get up in the air, they're like, I guess we'll race.
Do we
guess-
race planes now?
I didn't think so.
I think Red Bull races planes.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But not like together. Like they take
No,
time
it's
trials.
They don't
Time
drag
trials.
race.
Okay.
Well, back in the 30s, you had two main airplane racing leagues.
Okay.
One was called the Mac Robertson Air Race, and it allowed women to race. It was co-ed.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
The other was called the Bendrix Race, and it did not allow women to race. Okay, so Jackie enters the one she could race in, which is the Mac Robertson. She does really, really well, but she's frustrated because she wants to compete in the Bendrix.
Right.
She's not allowed to. So what she does is she reaches out to a lady friend of hers who is also a pilot named Amelia Earhart.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Anybody
Okay.
ever heard of her?
Yeah. When
Familiar.
your husband's wealthiest guy on the planet, you got friends.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
right.
Friends, yeah.
So the two of them together, Jackie Cochran and Amelia Earhart, they campaign so vigorously that the Bendrix race eventually agrees to open up their league to women.
Okay, two of them.
Well, any of them.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That
any
was
of them.
like,
Yeah,
Come on, Josh.
We got the women's league, and it's just those two competing against each
right.
other?
Yeah. So
would
that
suck.
same
That's what I'm
year,
saying.
not only did Jackie win the Bendrix,
Wow.
but she also set the new transcontinental speed record as well as the altitude record.
Well, no wonder they don't want the women in it.
Altitude. Like she flew higher than anybody else.
Anybody else has ever flown before.
She passed out, but she's okay.
She made it back okay. So
She hit that land button.
well, basically, after campaigning for women's rights, she wins the race, the Bendrix race, becomes the fastest person to fly between continents, and then breaks the altitude record. It's insane. In 1938,
Wow.
Jackie Cochran was considered the best female pilot in the United States.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And
From Florida.
From Florida, but
Sawmill.
in a short time span, which was so crazy. She won 5 international tournaments and was given the global nickname of the Speed Queen.
Whoa.
Pretty
Which
cool
is
nickname.
it's very similar to Cameron's nickname, the Speed King.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Which he's
refers
had
to
that
something
since high
different.
school. Yeah.
It's weird because Speed Queen is like a name of a dryer. Or
What?
I've been
Laundromat dryers.
I've
Yeah.
been shopping. Sorry.
He knows.
Just bringing relevant information.
Well, Jackie continued to dominate world records and win flight tournaments all over the world until the early 40s when World War II broke out.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And so she had this overwhelming desire to serve her country in a way that she was good at, which was flying airplanes.
Right.
The problem was the United States Air Force wouldn't accept her at the time because she was female.
Could have guessed.
She's like, do you know how fast
you
I can
know who
fly?
I am?
Do you know who I am? Like Queen of the Skies, I can do this.
Right. I
It's
can fly
weird that-
higher than anybody.
Right.
It's weird you can go faster than someone in a plane, right? You would just think it's like pushing the pedal or pushing
Right.
it on.
She could push that pedal.
2 buttons.
She did. So Jackie, she can't join the Air Force. She packs up her things. She took her service to a country that would allow her to
Okay.
help.
Oh, wow.
And she was immediately accepted into the Queen's Royal Air Force, quickly becoming one of Britain's top pilots.
Wow. She abandoned us.
Yeah.
While she was living and serving in the UK, she would continually write letters to President Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor,
Wow.
telling
Okay.
her the importance of allowing women to serve in the Air Force.
Yeah, that's cool.
She would do this constantly to the point that Eleanor said she was basically like my pen pal.
Good.
Wow.
She was always writing. Eventually, one of those letters got to the president's desk because Jackie Cochran gets contacted by the United States General Henry Arnold, who is the chief of the United States Air Force.
Cool.
He reaches out to Jackie. He says, not only do we want to take you on, but we want you to recruit other ladies and lead the world's first all-female flying force.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. These are things I didn't know existed.
No, okay. So we're gonna let women in. Not just that. You get your own squad.
Yeah.
Wow. And you recruited.
And you recruit it, you lead it. So in 1942, Jackie Cochran recruited and trained 76 of the most qualified female pilots in the country, and she formed the Women's Air Force Service Pilots, also known as the WASP,
What?
Very cool.
which is
The
such a cool
WASP?
name.
That is a cool
such a
name.
cool name.
Wow.
Over the course of World War II, Jackie and the WASP flew over
This is cool.
flew over 60 million miles.
Jesus.
They flew every type of military aircraft. They simulated strafing missions and embarked on countless cargo runs.
Unreal.
Out of the eventual hundreds that Jackie recruited and trained, 38 WASPs were lost in combat during the war. But Jackie was considered a declarated wartime hero and an absolute legend in aviation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this woman, again, picks up flying on a limb, right? Just on a whim, and then goes out, breaks records racing, and then it's like the war breaks out, and she's like, gotta fight.
Let's do it.
And the whole time
I
being
wanna do
told, no, you can't do it.
Right, exactly, which is
That's
crazy.
insane.
After World War II, her obsession with jets remained, and she ended up becoming the first woman to break the sound barrier,
Jesus.
flying at approximately 761 miles an hour.
Oh my
Like, wow.
gosh.
You didn't have to tell us. I mean,
Right.
You know,
we
you know.
You know.
She also went on to take an advisory role with the Mercury 13 program, which was part of an early effort to allow women into the United States space program.
Mm.
She worked alongside NASA. In 1980, when Jackie Cochran passed away, she held more speed, altitude, and distance records than any other pilot in history, male or female.
Wow.
Wow.
Very cool.
So
Speed queen.
an amazing
Speed
Florida
queen.
woman from good old Pensacola, Jackie and the Wasp.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Sounds like an awesome band.
Could you
That's true.
Could you
yeah.
imagine being the enemy forces and being like the Wasp are coming?
Or
And
you see, you shoot one down and she parachutes and you're like, we shot a pilot down. Have you seen a pilot? And she's like, yeah, me. You caught me.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just insane to think that like she goes to
Wasp.
New York and is a hairdresser just because she needs to make money.
Yeah.
Meets, I mean, like Cameron said, what are the odds of meeting?
I think I said that actually.
Like Josh said,
I think I said it.
like Cameron said, one of the wealthiest people on the planet.
Right.
Who goes, yeah, our first date we're gonna be flying, and then she's like, I can't be bothered. I want to fly planes now forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
they
goes
stay
equivalent
married?
today of like walking down the street and bumping into Elon Musk.
Sure,
You're not
right.
going to do that.
And the thing is, it's like in 1980 when she passed, like having broken every record, but like owning the record, both male and female, is such an
Yeah,
amazing
cool.
like statement to women's rights and what she was capable of and what she knew women were capable of. It's just a
That's
fantastic
nuts.
story.
All
yeah,
while being pushed down.
Right.
yeah, 100%.
But so just to clarify, was she married to that guy the whole time? Or
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they stayed married. I just think that his story paled in comparison to hers.
Oh, for sure,
like,
for sure.
Yeah,
which
what
was,
could he do? That could
He could not. He couldn't do anything.
I'm sure he was a supporting husband. I
Yeah.
mean, but
Atlas, owner of like the map company.
Where
Who
are they
cares,
now?
bro?
yeah, where are they now?
Make a globe or something.
When I first read the company he owned, the Atlas Corporation,
Yeah.
I'm like, sounds kind of evil, honestly.
Yeah.
But the other one was RCA, right?
Yeah, he ran RCA, which
That's
is
pretty
with the
dope.
dogs.
insane. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, fantastic week. We want to thank you guys for writing in. Like Jason said earlier, we do not exist without you guys at all. And you write in constantly. And so we just figured we wanted to highlight you guys every now and then. Like once a month, we'll do a segment just showcasing our fans. We love you guys a lot. FMOFM podcast across social media platforms. And if you want bonus stuff, bonus episodes, bonus talks, behind the scenes notes, it's patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. We love you guys.
Yes, we do.
113. We'll see ya.
See ya.